Hi, I'm John. Welcome to Twig Archery. Today we're going to do a little review on the Excalibur Micro 335 crossbow. This is a new model. It just came out in 2015, and it's probably, in my opinion, the finest crossbow out there right now on the market. Now I know I'll catch a lot of flack on that because there are the compound crossbows out there, but when it comes to the recurve type crossbows, without a doubt it's the finest, and it will rank right up there with any of your other top crossbows out there on the market as far as I'm concerned. I'm not new to crossbows, but I haven't been messing with them here too much lately. But over the years, starting in around 1979, I started doing a lot of testing at that time before crossbows actually became legal in the United States. I think around in Ohio here was the first state in the country that actually legalized them around 1980, somewhere in that area there. And that's probably why I started to experiment with them and just see how they function and things like that. And there's been a few along the line over the years that I've tested. But here in the last, I don't know, 6 months, I would say, I've done a lot of testing on the Excaliburs here. And because us being a traditional shop with recurves and longbows, I wanted to stick with the recurves because of the simplicity. And when you have simplicity, you have less problems. And the Excalibur has pretty much proven that it's pretty much trouble-free. So, but here's the Micro 335. What that means is the 335 means 335 feet per second with a 350 grained arrow or bolt, as they're called. And if you put a heavier arrow in there, of course, your speed will come down. Like in John's case, it's funny with guys with crossbows. They all seem to have their little names with them. I've noticed that on the internet. And this little bow here is called a termite, mainly because he's small, he's quiet, and he likes wood. Meaning by wood, he likes wooden arrows, wooden bolts. Now, before anybody rushes out there and starts looking to find some wooden bolts, you're probably not going to find them anywhere. I've been doing this for a long time, and I know what I'm doing here. And you have to know what you're doing before you get into wood bolts. It takes a bolt that is spined on a 26-inch scale at around 0.200 to 2.300. Here's one here, for example. Comes in 36 inches. This happened to be a real nice straight one. This is the natural color of the wood. This is an Asian redwood, hardwood, very hard, has high crushing ability from the ends, so it will take the strength. You wouldn't want to use cedar, pine, and a lot of the North American woods at all. Oak, no. So there's only a few woods that I would really feel safe with. This would probably be my #1 choice. But this spining of this at that spine is way up there. This probably is very close to around 200-pound spine. That's on 26-inch scale. Now if we cut this in half, because that's going to give us an 18-inch bolt or arrow, and on the Micro we only use around anywhere from 14.5 to 16. I've tested all different lengths and they all seem to fly pretty nice for me. But when you cut this in half and you only have a bolt this long, it really gets stiff. So, and that's what you want. You know, you want real stiff. So they work just fine. Sometimes I will do a little heat treating and tapering on this end because you just can't use the standard 3/8 dowel or anything like that. Won't fit in the trigger mechanism on the bow itself. So I heat treat these on the end, and that strengthens them even a little bit more. But over the years, I've tested and shot these on a lot of different bows. Jennings Devastator, Barnett's, other Excaliburs, and no problems at all. Haven't had any problem. They are heavy. They do weigh more. For instance, all these right here, this quiver here, weigh about 550. You can match them up real close, just by shortening one an eighth of an inch or whatever. You know, the length could vary just a little bit there, but that way you can keep the length the same. But one thing I've noticed with the Excalibur Micro, it's really not that critical of that. If one weighs 10 grains heavier than the other, it doesn't seem to matter much. They seem to really put them in there, puts them in the target pretty nice. And probably at 30 yards, I can put most of them in a circle like that there. So for hunting, which I am, I'm not going to take a shot over 30 yards anyways. That's plenty accurate. And the reason I don't like to take shots longer than that would be because of the noise factor. Because crossbows are just noisier and louder than a recurve or a longbow for sure, and probably most of your compound bows today are quieter than the crossbow. So you want to try and quiet the bow down as much as possible. The wood definitely helps quiet the bow down a little bit because you're shooting a 550 grain arrow, and that helps absorb the energy of the limbs, which helps quiet the bow. Now, most of the noise from these bows occurs from the foot stirrup out here. So it transfers the noise. When this thing releases and fires, the noise is always being transferred back through the your foot stirrup into the limb base here, and then right down your where your shafts go here in the stock. And that I kind of like, seeing that I've shot a longbow for so many years, probably for the last 30 years, I try to quiet it down as much as I can. And what I've done is, first of all, right here, I can turn it this way, maybe better. Right in between the foot stirrup and where it meets the stock, I put some rubber in there. It's probably, 1/8 inch thick, I would say, roughly. And squeeze that down there, and that helps some. And then I also use these limb savers, which are very soft rubber here. I got quite a few of mine here. I've got some on the foot stirrups, and there's a few here on the bow itself, and even underneath I got a couple of them here. Now that adds a little bit of weight, but not much, because these things don't weigh that much. They're pretty light, but that definitely helps quiet the bow down some. So just to show you here, for instance, these bows are identical bows. This one is just set up more or less for my use. But I'm going to take here's one that would come factory stock right here. And if I tap on this, and you can hear that noise going on there, bang, bang, bang noise. Where with this one, big difference in the sound. If you can get that again here. A much deader type sound to it. And that's just kind of me. I just kind of like that a little bit quieter that way. And that really seemed to help out a lot as far as that goes. Didn't add a whole lot of weight to the front, and it works fine. But there again, as far as the speed of the bows, now if you put a 300 and the limbs on these are 270-pound limbs. When you cock them back with the cockers that you can, which comes with the bow, that reduces it in half. So that helps a lot. And we only got a 9.5 inch power stroke from the trigger mechanism out to the where the arrow would actually be, finally pushed out. So that's not that long. So, anyways. The speed, of course, like I say, is 335. That's with a standard bolt. Now, in my case, with these here, these 550 grain wooden bolts, the speed is around 275. And with that, I get about 94, 93 foot-pounds of speed. So, thanks for joining us today at Twig Archery. And if you can check out our website, or if you need to find out information, we do have some in stock, and we can get any model you might have in mind, and we can help you out. Well, thanks for joining us today at Twig Archery. Remember to shoot twig and score big. See you later.